What is going on, guys? Zeus here. Now, a couple of people have asked me my thoughts on the whole Hobby Lobby Supreme Court case. No, I'm lying. Nobody asked for my opinion. No. To be completely honest, I actually wasn't going to make a video about Hobby Lobby because my opinion on Hobby Lobby can be summed up in less than 30 seconds. But as I watched some other people talk about it and comment on it, I thought, you know what, may as well join the bandwagon, get some free public promotion, right? Just get some buzz title in there, you know, shameless self-promotion. But then I was like, nah, whatever, forget about it. I got some other stuff I got to work on. But then I thought, wait a minute, this is a perfectly good time to make a video I was already planning on making anyway. So, my video on chivalry should be coming up on the same day that this video is up there. So after you watch this video, go ahead and check out my video on chivalry. Or you probably already have seen the video on chivalry. That's neither here nor there. But again, so title of this video is what feminism should be focusing on, right? Because I was thinking, you know, feminism, they all like these social justice warriors, these feminists like to complain about stuff that really doesn't have much of anything to do with feminism or helping anyone be equal. Again, it's just female supremacy. But, so here are the things that I think that if feminism actually focused on them, if feminism actually was against them, I wouldn't have a problem with it. So the first half of this video is going to be me talking about and showing examples of what feminism should be fighting against and what they should be advocating for. And then I'll get on to my thoughts about the whole Hobby Lobby case. So, yeah, obviously, that's what happened. And again, I'm disappointed with the copyright laws. I wish they weren't so bloody strict. But, so instead, here's what we're going to do. You know, I know a lot of times on my channel, I always, mention pedophilic teachers and, you know, how they have sex with their 13, 16, 17-year-old students. So, you know, what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of looks at those pedophilic teachers I always go on about. And to help me out, I found a couple of clips here on YouTube. And yeah, so sit back and enjoy the show.
5 hottest teachers who slept with their students. Number 5, Heather Dodrill. Police in Louisiana arrested 28-year-old Heather Dodrill, who they say had sex with a 13-year-old boy on multiple occasions after meeting at a summer Bible camp. She's accused of initiating the relationship while acting as a teacher and aide at the religious retreat. Explicit text messages were found between her and the boy. She faces criminal charges such as sexual battery, carnal knowledge of a juvenile, kidnapping, and indecent behavior with a juvenile. Number 4, Amy Northcutt. Amy Northcutt and her husband Justin were arrested for sending lewd text messages to a 16-year-old female student and then arranging to have group sex with her. Amy was a teacher at Turlock Christian School in Northern California. Number 3, Carrie McCandless. She was accused of having sexual contact with a 17-year-old male student during a sleepover school camping trip. According to reports, she provided the kids with alcohol and did everything except having sex with a male student while another male student slept nearby. She was sentenced to 45 days in jail. Let's pause for a second and look at this chart. Here we have the chances of your friends high-fiving you after they found out you slept with the teacher. Male teacher, male student, very low. Male teacher, female student, very low. Female teacher, female student, low. And finally, we've got the female teacher with the male student sitting at about 100%. Okay, now back to our list. Number 2, Deborah LaFave. Florida teacher Deborah LaFave had sexual intercourse with a 14-year-old student. She served no jail time because the boy's mother didn't want to put her son through the turmoil of seeing the trial. She's now happily married and has twins. And number 1, Hope Jacoby. Hope Jacoby was arrested for having a sexual relationship with a boy who was 16 years old. This was confirmed once a picture of her was found on the student's cell phone. The relationship with the lucky student, victim, lasted for over 1 year. The 23-year-old phys ed teacher from Southern California went free on bail, but was later tried for unlawful sex with a minor. Investigators believe there may be additional victims.
Now, as it turns out, teachers having sex with their students is something that is not uncommon, which is pretty sad to say. It's pretty friggin' ridiculous that there are literally case after case of these desperate women having sex with their students, which I think is a little ironic, especially considering what happened barely even a month ago with Elliot Rodger, right? It's kind of sad that there are a lot of these young men who are looking for girlfriends and can't find any, and then you have these older women who could clearly they could find a man to be with, and yet they decide to have sex with these students with no regard to the mental damage it could do to them. Now, of course, perhaps, a lot of people are probably thinking, well, they're boys and they like having sex. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's disgusting regardless. Again, if it were a man who did that to a child, right, if it was a man who did that to a 16-year-old girl, no one would be saying, well, she probably wanted the D. You'd never hear that. He's a rape machine. Again, we hear all these men are entitled to sex. Look at what these adult women did to these boys. Now, of course, no one probably takes it all too seriously. I know the court system didn't, because barely any of them faced jail time, and they did face jail time. It's very little. So, excuse me. But it's kind of sad to see. It's sad to see that this is what these women are doing. They're having sex with their students, and nobody cares. Feminists, they don't care. I don't hear any feminists saying, teach these teachers not to rape. I've never heard a single one of them even talk about it or even mention it, and I think this is really something that needs to stop. One more thing I think feminism should really focus on. Of course, I made my video on chivalry. And in my video on chivalry, I made a small point, and that point was, feminists try to destroy the idea of chivalry. Well, I'd say, instead of trying to destroy chivalry, why not get women to be nice to men because they're men? Oh wait, sorry, I forgot. Feminists hate men. Of course, they never advocate to restore the virtue in women. They never advocate that women be humble and say, you know what, maybe we should be nice to men. Maybe we should treat men nicely. Of course not, because they're the systematically oppressed gender, right? Of course, no feminist would ever advocate that ladies start being nice and respectful to everybody, right? They would never want to have women pay for their own dinner. No, because that would mean that's equality, and they don't want equality, right? So I guess now it's time I'm done with that half of the video. I guess I'll talk about my thoughts on Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I remember reading about Hobby Lobby, and I didn't give a damn, because I was like, why does any woman feel entitled to birth control? But then after the Supreme Court ruled against it, I'm like, yeah, I don't understand why would they even consider that women should be fucking entitled to birth control. I thought it was the obvious fucking choice. I wasn't shocked at the ruling. I'm like, yeah. So some people are like, religious freedom, and some people are like, no, it's not, you're oppressing people with your religion. And I'm like, first of all, even if it doesn't have anything to do with religion, you should not ever tell the government or tell the Supreme Court to force corporations to provide any benefit. It doesn't matter what the benefit is. You should never try to get the government to force regulations on a free market, right? We do know what a free market is, right? I hope we do, because if you don't, that's probably why you think that Hobby Lobby should fucking cover birth control. So honestly, I didn't even understand why these women felt entitled to birth control. It was ludicrous to me. It was fucking ridiculous that they would even, why do they even think that Hobby Lobby should cover that, right? It just blew my mind. It fucking blew my mind. fucked up part about it all is, Hobby Lobby already covers, I think, like at least 10 different other forms of contraceptives anyway. So why they were complaining about this morning after pill or this birth control pill or whatever was ludicrous to me. Because Hobby Lobby already does cover contraceptives. So guys, to get the full view of how I feel about Hobby Lobby, I of course uploaded a video response to someone who's pretty fucking popular on this forum we call YouTube. Go ahead and check that out. It should be on my channel by now. And that is it for this video. So guys, as always, if you like this video, please go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment and comment below, and as always, have a great day. I'll see you cool cats real soon.